Siguro I'll be asking General Torre about this.
I allowed him to join me in facing the media.
He should not have conducted a press conference with the person concerned.
Nabwibuisit lamang kami kapag yung ating mga iniimbitahan dito mga resource speakers, abot hanggang langit yung kanilang pagsisinungaling. Siguro bigyan po natin ng linaw, no, yung mga sitwasyon na nangyari po doon yung si Willie Gonzales, you know. So can you kindly give us some information about this?
Mr. Chairman, magandang hapon po. I came into my attention was called by the mayor of Quezon City regarding the video that Attorney Fortune has shown, the cell phone video of the altercation between a cyclist and a motorist, wherein it was shown that the motorist drew his gun and cocked it in front of the cyclist. That was around noontime of Sunday. Upon viewing the video, I feel outraged and really very, very angry that it happened. I recognize the street to be Quezon Avenue in our territory. So I asked my people, my investigating units, to look for the person. That is, and together with that, I made a post which now look back is too strongly worded for the general public, stating actually that in toto, if I can recall it right, yari kang kalbo ka. Ang pinakamabuti mong gawin is sumurrender sa pinakamalapit na police station para hindi na tayo parehong mapagod kasi naplakahan ka naman eh. Alam naman namin ang plaka ng plate ng sasakyan mo. At pakidala na rin ng baril mo para hindi ka na namin puntahan. At napakadelikado naman na SWAT pa ang pupunta sa'yo because that is armed and dangerous. Yun ang aking text. True enough, 3:15, he appeared at my office at napakadali na siya ay nahanap ng aking mga kapulisan sapagkat siya ay dati palang pulis at criminal investigation and detection unit member na nag-retire noong 2016 and later on I found out na may lumabas na dismissal order sa kanya noong 2018. Unfortunately, during the interim from that 1:15 where I made a post and 3:15 when he arrived, media outlets picked up my text, my post on the video at humihingi ng aking comment. It's a Sunday, quite a lazy afternoon, and dumating ang mga media outfits doon sa Camp Karingal. Nang dumating yung si Mr. Willie Gonzales, ay nakita ng mga media na dinala ng aking mga tauhan dahil ang aking chief ng firing range ay dati niyang kakilala niya dahil itong si Mr. Gonzales pala ay gumagamit ng firing range dati sa Camp Karingal. So dinala siya sa aking opisina and I talked to him. That was mga around 3:15 and I talked to him until mga 4:04. At ang clamor obviously ng mga media during the time is they want to get my side at initially they want to get my comment na nag-focus na ngayon sa siyempre and sila ay understandably gusto nila makausap si Mr. Gonzales for his comments. I asked Mr. Gonzales if he wants to comment on that because at that moment he had been saying that he had already settled with the biker. And doon ko nalaman na meron pala, ang insidente pala ay August 8 pa. So I called the attention of my Traffic Sector 4 dahil ayun nga sabi niya, dinala sa Traffic Sector 4 at pagkatapos ay dinala sila sa Station 11 nung matapos ang traffic accident investigation dahil may lumalabas na RPC violation, specifically grave threats, alternating complaint of grave threats and malicious mischief and or reckless imprudence resulting to damage to property. On the hindsight, anyway, Mr. Chair, because of that clamor of the media, and I asked Mr. Gonzales if he wants to face the media. Before I asked Mr. Gonzales, I already made a decision to, when I saw that the media is already there, I told them to just, okay, I'll make a statement at around 5 o'clock. And now, with the appearance of Mr. Gonzales, which during the time I considered to be under my custody because it was just around 30 minutes, less than an hour that we've seen each other, and I've talked to him. I'm still assessing whether he is a suspect, whether he is indeed a suspect or already somebody who had already thrust out his problem with the person that he might have aggrieved, and thus I allowed him to join me in facing the media, which on the hindsight, giving us a perfect 2020 vision, I did regret, which we saw and I saw the great backlash against me in the media. The reason why this morning I talked to my Chief PNP, to the RD and CRPO, and to the Biseo of Napolcom and the SILG. I asked them to remove me from my post as District Director of QCPD to pave way for a better and deeper investigation of this matter.
So, General, you resign?
I asked to be removed from my post as District Director of QCPD, Mr.
Tinanggap po
Your
ba
Honor.
ni Chief PNP yung inyong resignation?
I believe, sir, that he accepted it, and I asked, the only thing I asked him is, maybe, sir, shoot the order, please, tomorrow at noontime, so that I'll have overnight to clear my office and my quarters.
Okay. Napolcom Vice Chairman, I'll be asking you about yung action that was taken by General Torre with regards to the function of his position. What can you say about it? I mean, alam naman natin yung responsibility ng ni General Torre, no? But unfortunately, there were exchanges of texts, no, between him and the Mr. Gonzales. Can you kindly give some information on this committee with regards to the action that was taken by General Torre?
Thank you, Chair. The action of the district director may be premature to make a conclusion. He should not have conducted a press conference with the person concerned. He should have investigated deeper on the circumstances surrounding the situation, especially when the person concerned had been a respondent in many criminal cases, previously been dismissed in the service, although he was able to retire, but in as much as these are pending before his retirement, compulsory retirement, eventually he was dismissed. Had there been some prudence of trying to evaluate all of the facts that may have been happening before and during, then prudence would dictate that it should have been calibrated more and acted more with circumspect. He should not have taken sides at that point and review the matters altogether.
Thank you so much, Vice Chairman Bernardo. General Torre, I know you personally, no? I know you're a good person. Magaling kang general. But unfortunately, sometimes nagkakaroon tayo ng lapses. And palagay ko, isa sa mga lapses mo ito. We have to consider the feelings of our citizenry, no? Kasi sometimes ang ating mga kababayan, kapag naiipit sila, like for example, tayong mga public official, Kapag tayo ay binabatikos na, sinasabi natin, wag natin pansinin yung social media, wala yan, ganyan-ganyan. But somehow, we have to be critical on this issue, no? This is the new norm, no? Ang people's participation in our governance. And we consider yung ating po mga texts, mga messages, mga comments are part of the good governance that we are initiating in our government. And thereby, we have to be critical on this. And I must admit that I was a bit surprised that you have resigned in your position. But knowingly that if you do that, it is something that I can say na medyo sumasaludo ako sa iyo. Dahil you have seen the backlash that you have received from our citizenry. But of course, you have to accept also that there are some lapses on your decision. And we understand that. No, we understand that. We are only humans. And that's the reason why we have conducted a lot of hearings like this. Nabubuisit lamang kami kapag yung ating mga iniimbitahan dito mga resource speakers, abot hanggang langit yung kanilang pagsisinungaling at pagdedepensa ng kanilang sarili. You being a good general and have said something like this, I think, we have learned something from this. At alam naman po natin that it has been decided also na i-revoke na yung kanyang LTO at yun din pong sa kanyang car registration. So we will be asking also kung ano na po nangyari doon, General. Doon sa LTO niya, we have read that it is a 90-day suspension ba yun? 90-day suspension?
Sir.
So paano po ang process on that? Will it be a permanent or it will be under investigation first before finally rendering judgment?
Sir, Your Honor, after that was Sunday afternoon, weekend offices are closed, but I called up General Ken Lucas regarding the possible revocation and of his LTOP because when he presented it to Station 11, even though he left the gun at the behest of the station commander, because even though he presented the complete papers, LTOP, PTC4, and firearms registration, the station commander, Colonel Barilla, deemed it proper for him not to return yet the gun so that to ensure really that even if the tensions arise after they leave the station, they still don't have the gun with them, so that they will just come back for the gun when things really have cooled down. But Mr. Chairman, allow me to just get back to the statement of the Biseo and your statement. I thank you, sir, and I do agree with you that I had committed some lapses on that matter. That's the reason why it really fueled my decision to shield the organization and especially QCPD from the backlash in the social media that's been happening right now. And also, Mr. Chairman, if I may, I also let me express also my appreciation and gratitude to Attorney Fortune for helping us on looking for the real score on really what happened on this, because it happened under my jurisdiction, and the police is really asking all the persons concerned, whom we have information on this matter, to help us establish the facts and really if there's really a need to convict Mr. Gonzales of the crime that he may have committed.